episode 81 of Uncensored. I am your host, Keith Andrew. Along here is Danny Dasent, and I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, for people who want to know what Uncensored is, Uncensored's my way to show people that even with a learning disability, I can still overcome controversy and reach my goals in life. At the same time, turning myself into a perfect example for people out there deaf, blind, or in a wheelchair. So you should never label yourself, and you should prove to people you can still amount to something. And I'm just making a statement, and that's all I'm doing.
Right.
So starting off as a half-hour conversation, you can say anything you want, you can talk about anything you want, and basically this is your time. It's whatever you want to do.
Well, I think when you first contacted me, you wanted me to talk a little bit about how I became an actor, what made me, I guess, fall into this profession. I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean, which is considered the most southerly isle of the tropical Caribbean. It's about 8 miles away from Venezuela. We speak primarily English, and with a large influx now of Venezuelans, we're getting people in Trinidad to learn to speak Spanish. For me, my career path started about 30 years ago, actually, when I started doing commercials at a very young age. I had never had any fear of being in front of the camera. I actually have more fear of speaking in front of large crowds than, sitting in front of a camera and talking. So, I started off as doing commercials, and I continued. I went on to study in Canada and get my college degree in business. I worked at FedEx for 14 years, and in that 14 years, one day I got this call from a director in Trinidad that was putting on this soap opera. Asked me to come in to read for a role, which I did, and I landed the role. And I did 3 seasons on that, and I had no formal training or anything, but I gave it a shot. And when I look back on what I used to do to what I do now, you can see where training is a very important thing in this profession. I continued working at FedEx, and then I left FedEx, and then I came to the United States, where I started studying in Texas, studying acting under David Cox at the Actors Playhouse in Austin, Texas. I studied 2 years of Meisner, and actually that's where I got my start. I started doing scene studies at University of Texas, and then started going out for film roles, and started out doing a lot of independent films. My first independent film being Strings, directed by Ben Foster and Mark Dennis, and it's been doing very well in festivals. And they're on to another project right now. I think they're filming a sci-fi thing in Austin, in Texas again. From there, I left and went to Florida, where I continued doing short films, features, and then of course I got a co-starring role in Burn Notice, the TV series on USA. From there, I moved to Los Angeles a year and a half ago, and the rest is history. I've been out here doing my thing. It's life in LA is beautiful. The weather is awesome, and profession out here is very competitive. There's a long line of folks who are very talented in front of me. So, you have to constantly be pushing and constantly be reminding yourself that it's a marathon and not a sprint. I consider the fact that I got out here a little late to be a sort of an impediment to me being successful. I am doing films, but TV is where it's at. So that's where I'm trying to break into right now. The impediment being that I got out here a little late. But I keep myself in shape. I keep myself mentally and physically fit to be, accessible to as many roles as possible. I primarily get, cast as the villain, bad guys, assassins, which I don't mind playing because I have a lot of fight scene experience. So it's a lot of fun, especially when you're doing stunts. It looks a lot more real. I primarily get cast as the bad guy, and everybody's like, hey, you're pigeonholing yourself. Well, yeah, I don't mind being pigeonholed as long as I'm working, I'd rather be pigeonholed doing something than being pigeonholed and doing nothing. And that's where I'm currently at right now. When I got your email or your text, I was kind of tickled that, hey, this guy wants to talk to me. So, yeah, I'm here. So if you have any questions, I've just spoken for, I don't even know how long. If you have any questions for me, shoot, go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And you don't have to give short answers. You can give long answers. It's fine. And now, 2 questions, but before I get to them, how did you get, the first one is, how did you get started in being an actor?
It just fell into my lap. I didn't ask for it. Like I said, I got called in by a director in Trinidad, my home country, and I read for the role and I got it. I never thought I'd be an actor. I mean, I've always liked acting. I've always liked telling stories and being a storyteller. So I like entertaining too. I like entertaining my friends and making jokes and just like if a party's really quiet and everybody's all glum and there's nothing happening, I get up and I start making jokes and talking trash and behaving like a fool. And all of a sudden everything starts to pick up, and so I have that tendency to want to just be out there, have a good time doing it. And I chose to become an actor, a professional actor, because I don't know, I just can't see myself doing anything else right now.
All right. Now, what was your very first acting role that you ever had?
My first true professional acting role was in the independent film Strings. That was, all before that I was doing student films, and I'd never been cast in a feature before. And Mark Dennis and Ben Foster cast me as the lead villain, a villain named Destiny, who, well, I won't spoil it, but the film's available on iTunes if you want to go watch it. It's called Strings. It was a challenge for me because I'd never been in a feature film before, an actual independent feature film shot in Texas. Texas being right now one of the big independent film states. I was super excited and very gracious to have been given the opportunity to do that. So that would be my first real professional gig, and that was in 2009. That was 5 years ago. So I'm relatively new to the business in LA terms.
All right. When you got the chance to be on Burn Notice, how would you describe was the experience?
Well, that was I had to go through all the casting together. You go to the first audition, and then you go to the callback where the director is reading with you, and then they had me read for 3 different roles, and they gave me one of them. And that was great because the director was Nick Gomez, and he's a great guy. And the casting director, Lori Weinman, also I have to thank her for casting me in that. And Ben Watkins was the writer of the series at the time. And they all came together and gave me the role. Walking onto a set and having somebody escort you on with an umbrella while it's raining, take you to your trailer. Well, you can just imagine how that was for me, as now being somebody who's trying to be a professional actor. It was a surreal experience. It's excellent. I got to work with some other, with Jeffrey Donovan, the lead actor. So it was a great experience. I don't know what else to say.
All right. Well, were you on best of terms? Did he ever have any conflicts, or over the years being an actor, or you're just an easy person to work with?
Oh, you mean do I have any things facing me? And yes, I do actually. I have an accent from Trinidad and Tobago that's very difficult to mask because of its abrupt sort of. A lot of the S's are cut off. I have to constantly be thinking that in my mind when I'm reading for certain roles, and if that's picked up for TV, it's not good at all. So I'm constantly up against the wall, fighting with that. I mean, taking voice and diction classes to help me. As you can see, I'm not struggling, but it is taxing on me. It takes a lot out of me to be able to be thinking with an American accent. It was very challenging for me, and it still is. I'm not going to lie to you. It's something that I face. It's an obstacle that I face every time I go into an audition. You know, I'm worried that the casting director will say, you know, hey, where are you from? And then, you know, the next question is, are you legally able to work in the United States? Because they, you know, an accent means you're from somewhere else. So, yeah, that to me would be my one of my impediments. Yes.
All right. Well, when you were on Burn Notice, did you ever get the chance to hang out with the main cast, or were you just there for a certain amount of time and then you had to leave?
Yeah, for a certain amount of time, but they're in the holding area. We all sat down and ran lines and stuff like that. Yeah, I was able to hang out. They're really cool folks, man. I mean, Gabrielle Anwar, the lead female, she's awesome. Yeah, again, a surreal experience. I felt very honored and to have that opportunity as somebody, you know, with a no-name actor.
All right. Now, if you had to choose, would you be a voiceover actor, or do you enjoy being an actual actor?
No, I enjoy being an actual actor. Voiceover, no. For me, I like being in front of the camera. I like, you know, being physical. You know, running, gunning, that's my thing. And that's what I like doing.
All right. What about, did you ever, or do you have in mind any projects you're working on, or was there any movies that you wanted to work on or be a part of?
Oh, yeah, plenty. American Sniper, I wanted to be on that really badly. Outpost 37 was something I really wanted to be on, which was cast by Andy Henry and Nancy Nair casting. They just released it on the Independent Film Channel. It's about a group of aliens. I'm a sci-fi geek. A group of aliens attack an outpost number 37, and these Marines colonial Marines are sent there to defend this base. American Sniper, directed by Clint Eastwood, is another one I'd like to have been on. I just wrapped on a film on Independent with Daniel Witkowski called Heart of Hate, where I played a neo-Nazi leader of a group of, you know, really bad guys who are bent on, you know, killing anybody who's not Aryan. And I just also completed another film that just premiered at Warner Brothers called The Last Thing Before. From what I understand, they're changing the name. I played an assassin who has to kill his best friend. Who has to charge with catching his best friend who he stole from the leader of the team of assassins.
All right. Now, do you have any funny stories you'd like to share with our listeners, or any funny incidents that happened over the years?
Funny incidents, let me think. Well, yeah, one time on set in Texas, right in the middle of shooting, we were shooting a shootout scene. And even though we had permits, shootout scene was going great. We ran out of I had on a mask, and my other accomplices had on masks. And the director of photography had on a vest with a steady cam. So this big thing with all this machinery and equipment and lights and everything. So it was an outpost in a remote part of Austin. No, it was northern Austin. And we're coming in and we're coming out. We're coming with guns firing, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, people are coming by, stopping, looking, and driving on. All of a sudden, as I run out of the door again, me and the other guys, I have on sunglasses and I have a bag on my arm. The owner of the place comes out with a rifle, a Winchester, and he's shooting at us. Bang, bang. We jump into a truck and we drive away. So I'm standing there and I'm walking back to be on the set, and I hear sirens. I look at the DP and I say, hey, you know, wouldn't that be funny if that was for us? And just as I say that, a SWAT vehicle pulls up about 100 yards away. Guys start jumping out, and cop cars are coming, like, and everybody's stopping, and then they're jumping out of the car. They're jumping out of the cars, and they're praise on the weapons. And I'm standing there with this pistol, this big 357. What's it called? The name for it. But it's a Python, 357 Python in my hand, and I got it in my hand here, but it's not loaded. But they think that we're somebody called in a robbery. All this time the camera's rolling, and we're all, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, I was shaking. I was standing there with this mask on, and this policeman is walking up to me, and these SWAT guys are coming at me with automatic weapons, saying, "Drop the weapon! Get on the ground!" And I put the weapon down, I lay on the ground, and then they all formed like a semicircle, and I'm talking like 10, 15 cars, and then dogs, and it was chaos. And they tell us to stand up. I stand up. He's got the weapon here, and he goes, "What's in the bag?" I'm like, "Well, they stuffed it with, they made it appear like it had a big amount of money that they just robbed the place. So there was underwear, hangers, some dirty clothes." I said, "Officer, there's hangers, underwear, dirty clothes in the bag." He goes, "Give me the bag." Takes it away. He opens it. He looks inside. He goes, "What the hell's going on here?" So I'm like, I told you, he goes, "Shut up." I was like, "Okay, all right." So I got my hands up. So I didn't even notice. They told everybody to put their hands down, like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes ago. And I'm still standing there with my hands up, and this guy walks up behind me, and he goes, "You can put your hands down now." I was like, "Really?" I didn't want to. I don't know, man. You know how it is, right? So they took the weapons. They're checking the weapons, and then the producers even were told to lie on the ground. They were like, "We have our papers here. We're a film crew. We're making a movie." And they go, "Shut up!" And finally, after about, I don't know, it's been about 15 minutes, the officers and everybody are all talking. We're all standing there. They told us to stand down. They just told us to stand in a corner. And I hear the sheriff talking to, I don't know, maybe the base or whatever. He goes, "Yeah, yeah, it's just a false alarm. It's just I'm not going to say the word, but it's a BS film crew. It's just a BS film crew making a film." I was just like, "Oh my God!" And you know what, man? Everybody was so. We had to go and retake the scene, but we couldn't. Everybody was so freaked out. Like, I don't know, it took us about 45 minutes for everybody just to, get back into character. And I mean, for me, I was like, "Jesus, are we going to shoot this thing again? Are we going to have cops coming back again and maybe open fire on us this time? I mean, really? You guys, get your stuff together." You know what I mean? So even though we had the permits and everything had been done, thank God the producers, because we would have all been locked up. You can't have weapons and be running in the street with weapons on a set without permission. Luckily, Melissa Swanepoel, that's the lady. She was telling her, "I have my permits here." Shut up! Oh man, that to me was one of the funniest scenes. And then one time too, at 3 a.m. we were doing a night shoot, and I hear, I'm saying, "Wait a minute, is that birds?" I didn't realize it. At 3 a.m. birds are up, and I'm just like so tired because another action. But I mean, you're hearing the birds at that hour of the morning. You're thinking that's supposed to be like 7 a.m. You're supposed to be like now getting up and all comfy and no, I'm standing there. So yeah, those are probably the two most funny scenes most funny things that have happened to me.
So I don't understand how come the SWAT people were telling you to shut up when you're saying, "I have the permit and we have the rights." We're like, "Just shut up, get on the ground."
Well, think about it. When somebody's doing something wrong, they always have the permits. I know even the real bad guys going, "Hey, we have permits here, officer. Really, I'm supposed to be here," and they really are criminals. So think about it. We have weapons, actual weapons that when you put them on the ground, they go like, these are so weapons. I mean, these guys are they're protecting themselves. So shut up. Let's find out what's going on. I mean, I don't get them wrong. I would have done the same thing. If I did not know that this was a film set, because I'm seeing guys with weapons and masks, people running out of a building. It looks like they're robbing the place. We're lucky we didn't get shot. Seriously, man.
Now, if they opened fire and then found out it was all fake, wouldn't they be at fault?
Well, the fact of the matter is that my family would be probably very, very rich right now. Lawsuit, I guess. I don't know. I'd have been dead.
Well, luckily you're still here.
What's that?
Yeah, luckily, you knock on wood, you're still here and they didn't do it.
Well, I didn't get shot, thank God.
What about, did he ever want to become a professional wrestler, or do you just think in acting it's as far as you gotta go?
See? Professional skinny. I would. I mean, you know what? Recently, I've been looking at the Ultimate Warrior, his 3-part series, and I remember the good old days of Ravishing Rick Rude and the Macho Man Savage and Hulk Hogan and all the I do remember oh Hogan, I'm gonna kick you, all that. I remember all that now. It's all coming back to me. And it's funny you should say, asking me if a professional wrestler. No, I couldn't. You got to be like really big, 280 plus, to be able to handle some of the big guys. I mean, really. Andre the Giant was like 580 pounds. Imagine my little skinny 180 pounds trying to lift up Andre the Giant, or him picking me up and slamming me into the ground. I like my bones too much.
Well, Yokozuna was over 600.
Who's that?
Yokozuna.
There you go. I'll get flattened. No. Coordination, my friend. Coordination. A big guy like that falling on you, there's no way he's going to be able to control himself. If you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I got a funny story. I heard. You ever hear of a wrestler named Bret the Hitman Hart?
Yeah.
He was in the Hall of Fame, and he said he was wrestling Yokozuna. And earlier in the day, they had Indian food. And during the match, Yokozuna shit himself. So as Bret Hart's laying down, Yokozuna's got to jump on him doing the banzai. He noticed his outfit was red, and it was slowly turning green.
Oh my God.
So Bret Hart said, and it's uncensored, you can curse if you want. Bret Hart said after this, he moved, and Yokozuna left a green ass print on the middle of the ring.
Can you imagine that? I mean, right? Oh my God, no!
I told the other funny story on my last interview. There's real conversations during wrestling matches. And I can send you the video on Facebook if you want. And there's this wrestler, Dave Bautista. Maybe you ever want to work with him? He's actually a pretty good actor for a wrestler.
Wait, he's a really big guy, right? Isn't he like on Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yep, he was for X.
Right, okay.
And during his match, a fan, there's this little kid, I think he's like 10 or something. He yells, "I hate you, Batista." He stops wrestling and says, "I hate you too."
You can't make that up. You know what I mean? That's just, these guys are awesome, man. I mean, I love the show. I love the whole. I mean, think about it. It's coordinated. It's improvised. These guys are they're actors. When you think about it, they're very strong and they're athletic actors. I mean, they're athletes. Even though people say, "Oh, it's stage," they're entertaining. The WWE and the WWF and the WW whatever wouldn't be as popular as it is if people were being entertained. I mean, when you go and you see the stadium and all these people, Ultimate Warrior, they're going crazy. They love it. I was never a fanatic like that. I mean, I have friends who are like totally, oh my God. I mean, we're talking like Victor Jovica back in the 81. That's how long ago I'm talking about, bro. Long before you were even born.
To be honest, I stopped caring for the WWF, or WWE, after the incident with Owen Hart. I don't know if you remember that.
No, actually, I don't.
Back in '99, they wanted to do the stupid Attitude Era, wink wink, because, the people wanted it to, they were tired of the '90s as it being cartoony. They wanted it to be real.
Yeah, it became very cartoony. Very, true. Okay, I see what you mean.
So Owen Hart was supposed to come down as a superhero, and I hated his idea and his character. He was the Blue Blazer. And they came up with the idea. He made a mistake of saying, when I'm lowered in the ring, it takes me a little bit of a long time to get the harness off. Whatever the reason is, they said, oh, well, we have a quick release. And they want to start stunt organizer as a stunt organizer and says, you can't hook a 250-pound human being to this. This is meant for a freaking sailboat. You know, it was one of those things you just pull. So basically, Owen was supposed to come down from the ceiling, and as he got halfway, open the release. So I don't know what happened, but basically he stepped off and that was it, he died. Because I think it was the gravities, because as soon as he stepped off, it was all his weight that made the thing open. So he dropped 100 feet. After that, I was like, I hate the WWF. I want nothing to do with it. I hate the Attitude Era.
Jesus Lord, I didn't even know that. I'm going to go research that after this because I'd like to find out more about that.
It was
I might have heard about it, but yeah, gee, I'm sorry to hear about that.
I was a big fan of Owen Hart, and it was only like 2001, 2002 because of Trish Stratus, and Lita, I got back into it, but I got, for another reason. And, a lot of people criticize me for this, but as a human being, I think he's disgusting. But as a professional wrestler, he will always be one of my favorites, and that's Chris Benoit.
Well, right on.
You heard about what happened to Chris Benoit, right?
Nope.
Chris Benoit is basically, he was taking steroids, and he got into an argument with his wife. He killed his wife, and...
Yes, all right, yes, okay, yeah. Okay, well, I know about that now. Yeah, the steroid rage, they blame it on that.
Right. For the next question and our last subject of today I was going to ask you is, where do you stand on legalizing marijuana, and where do you stand on when is it right and when is it not right to use other enhancement drugs to help you? Like, for an example, would you ever use enhancement drugs to help you become a better actor and help you get buffed up for a certain part? Do you think that would be okay if they're saying, okay, marijuana is now legal, what else can you use that we can eventually make it legal?
Well, I would prefer to stay away from that marijuana thing. It's a political thing. I mean, right now marijuana is illegal, so it's illegal. If it becomes legal, then hey, let's have a good time and let everybody smoke and do whatever. But right now, as it stands in the state that I live in, which is California, it's illegal. You can get it in a doctor's, like a pharmacy or whatever. You can get medical marijuana for certain ailments, back pain or whatever other issues that you're facing, cancer patients and stuff like that. And then from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing, it's doing great things for them. And hey, if it can help them and it's legal, then sure. Would I take? You mean like would I take steroids for a role?
Well, it's not. Some people call it steroids. Some people call it human growth hormones.
HGH. Okay. Well, you have to remember that if it was legal and if it didn't hurt my liver and my heart, yes, sure. But the fact is that it's not legal. One and two, it damages your body beyond repair. You can't take back. I mean, that's why a lot of these wrestlers, Macho Man, the Ultimate Warrior, die at 50, 52, 53. It is what it is. Unless you are very lucky and you've taken a lot of steroids and you're still alive, then hey, that's great. But for me, if I'm going to bulk up for a role or if I'm going to get really fit for a role, I just take more protein and I increase my weight training and I increase my cardio output. But to say that I'm going to, take steroids, something that's illegal, to get a role or be in for a role, no.
All right. Well, wrapping up, do you have any other funny stories you'd like to share, or do you have anything you want to say to your fans and listeners?
No. Actually, I have no more funny stories, but I'd like to say thank you to my fans and thank you to my listeners, all of you listeners out there, and keep fighting the fight. We are all strong, we're all people. Keep doing your thing. Don't give up on your dream. Believe in yourself. Keep pushing forward. Get up when you're down. Because, it is what it is. The world is going to keep turning. The sun's going to keep going overhead and setting every day, every night. So, you make what